welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description listing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 266. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, we have a new digger, John Gibson, who's dug up WINGAMES /unclassified /FRACWIN. This has to be a fractal program of some kind, especially with a name like that. Where is it? FRACWIN. So, got some WWV files, whatever those are. Got a bitmap, help, readme. Oh, what's the readme say? Fractal Weave for Windows 1.0? What? What? Oh no, it says right here, note this version of Fractal Weave requires Windows 3.1, but this says for Windows 1.0. Okay, you gotta get your version number in the right spot. This should say Fractal Weave 1.0 for Windows 3.1. Or just Fractal Weave 1.0 for Windows. Putting the 1.0 here in front of the Windows, yeah, that's gonna confuse a few people. Okay, so fractals are bizarre mathematical objects possessing an infinitely detailed structure. Fractal geometry has become increasingly popular in recent years because it often does a better job of modeling nature than ordinary high school geometry. Sort of? I think he's referring to like the kind of geometric patterns you would draw in high school. Fractal Weave is an image generator which uses fractal-based patterns to construct scenes of astonishing complexity and beauty. By varying a small number of parameters, you can create a practically infinite variety of stunning images. Basically to the point where your computer starts to struggle because of how much computational power it takes, but whatever. Okay, and it looks like these WWV files are sample parameter files. I guess WWV stands for Weave? Or no, that Fractal Weave would be FWV. I don't know. And apparently the registration fee is $20 US. So we'll see if it's worth that. Apparently made in '93 by a James Price. So let's see here. FRACWIN. Whoa. Okay, that's flickering really badly. So I will be sure to tone that down for everybody, but okay, yeah, this is going way too fast, so this ball speed needs to drop dramatically. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's doing some kind of weird bouncing effect. Can we maximize this? Okay, it does maximize. Not quite sure what this has to do with fractals. Oh, it actually has a full screen option. Okay, so that's kind of neat. It can actually fill the entire screen. Not a lot of Windows programs do that. How do I get out of full screen? Oh, Alt key. Alt key brings up the menu. Interesting. Now, I'm going to leave it like this because it's just going to be easier that way. So I'm not entirely certain what we can do here. Let's see what the help says. So a fractal ball can be generated by Fractal Weave or imported from another program. To have a Fractal Weave generate a ball, select the File New Ball command. You can use other images. So you can use graphic images in place of a ball. Okay. So I'm not 100% certain what this program has to do with fractals, but it seems like it generates like this sort of ball that bounces around. And you've got like these different... Geez, why does it... It sets the speed back to maximum every time you... Oh, and if I set it to slow, if I set it to the slowest, it does nothing. Yeah, like, what does this have to do with fractals? Okay, let's check out one of these examples. Demo 1. Okay, so it's still doing the same sort of ball effect, but it's like changing palette entries and doing some kind of inversion or something. I don't know. Okay, let's check out the second demo here. Okay, the second demo decided to put it into a very small window. It's like doing this weird sort of pattern here. I'm guessing that the setting of the trails makes a big difference in how this works, but this is basically just making a bunch of grid patterns, which, I mean, I guess it technically counts as a fractal, but it's not how you would typically understand the usage of the term. Because typically a fractal would be some kind of generated image that you can basically infinitely delve into in terms of detail. Whereas this, if I hit this maximize button, yeah, it suddenly doesn't make sense anymore. Okay, what's our third demo? So our third demo, yeah, we're just basically getting a bunch of grid patterns, this time with a sort of diamond shape to it. Demo 4 is obnoxious, and I'm going to have to tone this one down too in editing. And then there's also this back soon one, which literally is just, it's just this back soon thing which bounces around. It's basically like a screensaver. So yeah, that was Fractal Weave. I don't think this is $20 software. You're literally just generating some kind of random ball shape and then invert copying it to the screen, invert blitting it to the screen with a bunch of settings for speed, and like this doesn't feel like $20 software. It's interesting the patterns it's producing, but it's not as infinite possibilities as the guy is claiming, because it's basically just checker patterns and that's it. Next up from Zinfidel ZT, we've got WINGAMES /NEWWIN /link4130. I'm a little worried that this one's going to have to be connected over a modem or something, and thus not going to work for this, but we'll see. So we got something called Link 4. Okay, never mind. This is probably just going to be a Connect 4 clone. File ID.diz. Link 4 version 1.30, strategy game, and that's your file ID.diz. Yeah, help file. Oh yeah, this is going to be Connect 4. Okay, and it looks like the game is actually freeware, except if you want the source code, it's $15 to obtain that, along with a copy of the game, which I guess we already have, so it's not that big a deal, but apparently the person who made this was Ronald Pacheco? Okay, so Link 4. This may or may not maximize properly. Who wants to take a gamble? I'm guessing this is a 75% chance it's going to maximize correctly. And it keeps it centered. It keeps it centered. That's more than could be said for most programs that don't maximize properly. Oh, no, that's interesting. You can actually load in a background bitmap. It comes with a stars.bitmap. Okay, so if we actually go to background and make that tile, okay, so we can have an interesting background to our game. I can't see where the grid is now, though, so that doesn't help. Oh, we can change the playing grid to white. Okay, there we go. And in terms of the players, we can either have both players set to human, or we can have novice, good, expert, or master computer players. And there's also this rule-based thing. So it seems like you could actually have the AI function based on a custom rule set. It's kind of interesting. Oh wow, yeah, there's like an entire section of this help file here dedicated to making a custom rule set, and it's pretty elaborate here. Okay, so when we select new game here, it puts a little piece in the corner, and you're supposed to drag and drop this onto the column that you want it to go down. So if I wanted it to go down here, well, I guess you got to do it on the top there. Okay. Okay, so now let's try this one. And the computer player's immediately making sure I don't... Well, we might as well do that. Make it complete. Waste some of his moves there. So drop one there. And then from there, I think I want to go here. Okay, maybe the AI is making some moves I can counter here. Because if I put one here... Like, I mean, I imagine he'll just put one here if I do that, but I think that'll work out. Oh, that's interesting. It actually lets me drop it like straight down like that. Ooh, I just noticed a slight problem here, because if I drop one here, then the computer's going to be able to make 4 diagonally right there, so I can't do that. Guess the AI recognized that. So maybe I'll just go here. Ooh, I don't like where this is going. Wait. I think the AI just gave me a possibility to win here. But I don't want to take it right away. I don't think. Because here's the thing, if I drop one here, the AI is going to put a piece here, and then I'm not quite screwed, but close to screwed. So I think what I want to do is I want to put one down here. Okay, so I've just created an interesting situation. So if I drop one here, then I'll be able to win by putting one here or here, which means the AI has no way to win now. There we go. Red player wins the game. And let's be real here, the AI is only set to good, which means it's not going to be perfect. I'm pretty sure I would fail to win on Master, because that's one of the interesting things about Connect 4 type games, is that from an AI standpoint, this is one of the easier games to iterate every possibility without it taking forever. Unlike chess, where if you tried to iterate every possibility, it would literally take forever. So that was Link 4. Basically a good freeware Connect 4 game with some decent options and some other interesting features, like that whole being able to make your own AI for it. But yeah, for what's cheap is free, that actually works out pretty well. And we're ending with a team dig today from Zed Supremus and Adam Maroli, DOSGAMES /adventure /NH31. Something with NH in the title. What could that... Oh! We got freaking NetHack here. Okay. Well, I think it goes without saying that I probably know how to play this already. Because yeah, NetHack is what... Because we had Moria show up not too long ago, and NetHack... Either NetHack came before or after Moria, and it's almost the same game. And then Angband came after NetHack. Or after Moria, depending on which... I'm pretty sure Angband is based off of NetHack, so unlike when I tried to play Moria earlier, I think this is going to go a bit better. Like, a lot better. So, well, let's give it the normal treatment. So type file id.diz. This is the MS-DOS version of NetHack version 3.1.0, screen-based adventure game. Better described as a dungeon crawl, but I guess that wasn't a common term at the time. Compiled with GPP using DOS extenders, so it requires 386 or better machine with at least 2 megs to run. Really? It actually requires a DOS extender? Huh. I guess that's what the Go32 exe probably is there. I find it interesting to know that there's a license file here. I don't know if we can edit these files directly. Oh no, they are text files. So yeah, NetHack General Public License from 1989. Gives you an idea how old this is. Yeah, everyone is permitted to copy and distribute verbatim copies of this license, but changes not allowed. License agreement specifically. Copying policies. You may copy and distribute verbatim copies of NetHack source code as you receive it in any medium, provided that you keep intact the notices on all files that refer to copyrights, to this license agreement, and to the absence of any warranty. So yeah, NetHack has always been freeware to my understanding, but... And yeah, it says right at the end here, you are prohibited by the terms of this license agreement from using NetHack for gainful purposes, i.e. you can't sell things you make. You can't sell NetHack itself, and you can't sell things you make based off of NetHack. So yeah, this is what like one of the original games that had that sort of what do you call it? There's like that whole GNU license agreement thing that's used in a lot of things, and the license agreement for NetHack is pretty similar to that. Heck, they may even be related, I'm not entirely certain. But in any case, NetHack. Cannot change dir to deprompt NetHack. Well, that doesn't help. Okay, so it's the nethack.cnf file is the one that contains the configuration data. And that is indeed there. So we'll rename that one, nethack.cnf, to nethack.cn underscore. And now it should run. There we go. So the original copyright here looks to be 1985. So again, I'm not sure whether this came before or after Moria, but in any case, who are you? I am me. Shall I pick a character for you? No. What kind of character are you? An archaeologist, barbarian, caveman, elf, healer, knight, priest, rogue, samurai, tourist, Valkyrie, or wizard? Yeah, so this doesn't seem like the NetHack I remember. Well, it doesn't seem like Angband. And now come to think of it, this Angband actually seemed, Moria seemed more like Angband than this seems like Angband, so maybe NetHack did come first. I don't know, let's just go with Barbarian. It is written in the Book of Crom, after the creation, the cruel god Moloch rebelled against the authority of Marduk the Creator. Moloch stole from Marduk the most powerful the most powerful of all the artifacts of the gods, the Amulet of Yendor, and he hid it in the dark cavities of the Gehenna, the underworld, where he now lurks and bides his time. Your god Crom seeks to possess the amulet, and with it to gain his deserved ascendance over the other gods. You, a newly trained plunderer, have been heralded from birth as the instrument of Crom. You are destined to recover the amulet for your deity, or die in the attempt. Your hour of destiny has come. For the sake of us all, go bravely with Crom. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling just looking at the screen here, this very much came before Moria. So this is already looking more like Rogue than like Angband. So I'm hoping... Oh, that's a kitten. And there's a clear potion on the ground, which we automatically picked up. Okay, that door is closed. That door is closed. Didn't seem like the diagonals did anything. Oh wait, there it goes. That was weird. The diagonals weren't working for a moment. Okay, so I'm guessing I have to, like, open a door. Okay, so we open the door. Oh, that's interesting. You press shift once. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Like, the running wasn't working at first, and then it kind of was. Oh, I guess we'll have to search for a door. Oh, we found a passage there. Something came up on the screen for a moment. Okay, so it looks like Control P shows previous message, so you hear the footsteps of a guard on patrol. Oh, and we also destroyed a kobold and got a candy bar from that, so that's interesting. Yeah, I'm wondering how you actually run. Yeah, that's so weird. Like, if I hold shift and press a direction, I don't run. But then if I press a direction, I do run. But if I just tap shift, I don't run. That is really weird that it works that way. Oh, that's not good. The door opens. Kaboom! The door was booby-trapped. So how much... I lost 4 hit points from that. Also, what's going on with this here? Can we actually look at stuff? How do I look at things? Look appears to be colon. Okay. So, colon... Oh, you have to be over top of it. There's a kitchen sink here. Okay, I thought I was exploring a dungeon, especially given the fact that I just fought a kobold, but I got a candy bar from that, and there's a kitchen sink here? Where even am I? Like, it says D level 1 there. I would assume that means dungeon level 1, but I'm not sure anymore. Now, looking through the instructions here, it seems this very much is more like Rogue than like Angband. So it's a bit more basic in terms of how things are functioning. What am I carrying anyways? Started with a battle axe, so that's not bad. So with some ring mail, I've also got a short sword for whatever reason. An uncursed food ration. Well, that's not good. Food can be cursed apparently. And also a clear potion and a candy bar. Okay, so I just found some gold pieces there. A scroll labeled Elbib Yellow. Clearly some random text there. And we also picked up a large box. I'm going to guess... Well, first of all, I don't need to carry around a newt corpse. So, can we drop that? Okay, drop the newt corpse. Also, I would like to drop the large box, and then let's open the large box. and it's for opening a door. So I can't open the large box, it's just going to be a box with like nothing to it. Really? Okay, well so far this first floor of the dungeon is not proving to be too much of a challenge here. Also not finding extreme amounts of stuff. What just happened? Something is written here in the dust. You read that. I have no idea what that means. I just took out another newt as well. I keep like running into them like at point blank. Do I have like a light source? I don't think I've got a light source. Yeah, like there's nothing in my inventory that suggests a light source. So maybe that's not a thing yet. But whatever. Let's go... Oh, that's an upstairs... Wait, an upstairs case? Beware there will be no return. Still climb up. I guess not? Why is there an upstairs case on the first floor? Is that like going to end the game or something? What happens if I go up? Are your possessions identified? I guess yes? Intrinsics? Oh. Okay, I like how in the high scores here, whoever put this on the CD apparently made a few attempts to get somewhere and ended up being killed by a hallucinogen distorted hobbit on the second level. So yeah, that's a thing that can happen apparently. So that was NetHack. I guess by all definitions, I always thought that NetHack came after Moria, and then Angband came after NetHack, but I think just based on how this played, it was probably the other way around. Because this played a lot more like Rogue than like Angband, whereas Moria, which we saw earlier, played more like Angband than like Rogue. So yeah, that's probably how it went. But yeah, NetHack looks to be just basically like Rogue, but more advanced. So if you wanted something like Rogue and more advanced, well, look into an old version of NetHack.